By the way, this is our reference there, your tutorials point. I'll be posting this one in our Google Classroom later on. Yan. So let's talk about software case tools or the computer aided software engineering. Okay, so case tools are a set of software application program which are used to automate the SDLC. What is SDLC? This is software development life cycle activities. Okay, so the case tools are used by software project manager, analysts, and engineers to develop a software system. Okay, so for example, this is a software development life cycle and SDLC. So in our reference, we have here the software development life cycle. So basic basically we have the data gathering, communication, data gathering, feasibility study, system analysis, software design, coding, testing, integration, implementation, operations, and maintenance, and disposition. But then again, it depends on the method that you will be using later on. Okay, for developing your system, because there are some methodology that doesn't require a feasibility study. Okay, so may mga methodology or methods na hindi na kailangan ng feasibility study. So parang tinatanggal na nila yan. Okay, there will be a separate topic for that one. Okay, so that is for the software development life cycle. So the software development life cycle activities, it provides a series of steps to be followed to design and develop a software product efficiently. Okay, yan. Ginagamit nila ito, these are the protocols or the step by step to follow in designing and developing a software. So una, for example, we have the communication for the client, and then afterwards the requirement gathering, and then if in requirement gathering, you will conduct an interview, you will conduct a survey questionnaire to gather some data. You can observation, you can observe the process, the manual process of the business. What else? That is for the requirement gathering, and then aside from that, you can also use a document analysis. For the document analysis, you will conduct a research about the study and etc. So those are the requirement gathering. And then if in case that you need a feasibility study, then you can do the feasibility study. But like I said, there are some methodology that doesn't require to have a feasibility study. Then next is we have the system analysis. So you will analyze what will be the content of your system, and then you will design. Okay, for the system analysis, the content of your system, and then as well as what are the requirements of your system, you will analyze that. What technology that you will be using for developing that system. So system analysis. Then after the system analysis, then you have the software design. So you will be designing, or you will be creating a mock-up design of your system. Then after the mock-up design, then next is we have the coding. Then after the coding, syempre, after the coding is the programming part. After programming, then you have to test. Then system integration, and then implementation, and then next after the implementation, we have the operation and maintenance. But for this subject, hindi na natin kailangan to. No need for the operation and maintenance kasi you will not be needing to implement the system. Then next is disposition. So we have here, but we have a separate topic for the software development life cycle. But for now, let's go back to the case tools. Okay. So let's talk about by the way, we have for the case tools, we have the components, we have the uppercase tools, we have the lowercase tools, and then we have the integrated case tools. So for the uppercase tools, these are tools that are used in planning, analysis, and design stage of the software development life cycle. Planning, analysis, and design. That is for the upper case tools. And then we have the lower case tools. Lower case tools are used in implementation, testing, and maintenance part. The integrated case tools. These tools are helpful in all these stages of SDLC, from the requirement gathering to testing and documentation. Okay, so there are some case tools that requires a diagram. So we have the diagram tools. So these tools are used to represent the system components, data, and control flow among the various software components and system structure in the graphical form. Example, ito na yung gagamitin natin. So this will be our activity for this week. So one of the case tools is the flowchart diagram tools. Example, we have the flowchart maker tool for creating the state of the art flowchart. Dito tayo. Okay? So that will be your activity for this week. You will be creating the uh, the the flowchart. So you will be converting the business process, okay, the manual business process into a flowchart. Okay, and then aside from that, we have also the process modeling tools. Okay, we have the project management tools. Example, we have the Creative Pro Office Track Project. Yan. We have the document tools. We have the Adobe RoboHelp. We have the analysis tools. Example, yan, Acompa. Visible analysis for total analysis. We have design tools. We have animated software design. So marami pa. And then for engineering, you have the prototyping tool. Then we have the development tools. So marami tayong mga tools. But for the meantime, let's start with the diagram tools. Flowchart. Okay, so flowchart. What is a flowchart? So flowchart is a diagrammatic representation of a sequence of logical steps of a program. Hindi lang naman ginagamit for the program. It is also used for the representation of the procedure. For example, if, of a procedure, yung business process. So example, these symbols, for example, the start and stop symbol, the input, output, decision, arrow, on page connector and off page connector. So these symbols are used for programming, karamihan. Right. So for example of a flowchart, so you have the start, get. Yes, here is the flowchart for going to the market to purchase a pen. ay bibili lang siya ng ball pen. Okay, so magdadamit daw siya, get dressed, and then we have the decision, do you have money in your wallet? If you don't have any money in your wallet, no, then put money in your wallet and go to the shop. Yeah. But do you have money in your wallet? If you have money in your wallet, yes, then go to the shop. Then we have a connector here, one connector. Is brand a pen available? So if you're looking for a specific brand of the ball pen or pen, then if yes, if there's a brand of your if the brand is available, then take the pen, then make a payment. But if in case that there's no brand available in that market, no, then is any other pen available? If in case that there's any other brand of the pen available in the market, then take the pen, make a payment. But if kulang, dapat meron siyang no. But if in case that there's no pen available in that market, then end. So this is a simple process, going to the market to purchase a pen. Ayan. In programming part, ganito naman siya. Start, we have variable num1, num2, and then get the average process. So num1 plus num2 divided by 2, average, then print average. So this is an example of the in the programming part. Ito naman, this is the example of the manual process or manual procedure. So let's take a look another example of a flowchart, another symbol. So aside from using these symbols, so you can use also other symbol. Ito naman, this is another example of a flowchart. Yan. By the way, we have the symbols for the flowchart. Yan, start and stop. We have the process, rectangle. It indicates process like mathematical operators or operations. So pag meron na siyang process, then you will use the process symbol. And then we have the input and output. So using for denoting program input and output. So if there's any input or data, so you will be using the input and output. And then we have the decision, and then we have the arrow and open and so on. This is another example. So parang how to rinse your hand. So first you have to turn on the water, then dispense soap, then after that wash hand till clean, then rinse soap off, and then turn off water, then dry your hand, and then end. In the other hand, yan, consider alternatives. Turn on water, wash hands, turn on water, dispense soap, and then rub your hand. Is your hand clean? If no, then rub your hand. But if it is not clean, but if it is your hand is already clean, then the rinse soap off, then turn off water, then dry hand. So this is another example. Another example we have here, this one is for the inventory part, business process. So first we distribute maps, printouts, and equipment of staff to staff. So this is a process. And then we have another this is also a process. So staff count, assigned inventory. Then after that, the staff fill out spreadsheet or count tags. And then after that, the staff affix count tags to stock if using. And then next, here in this part, the staff return the count document to manager. This is the manual process. a manual. This is another example of the manual process. This is another example of a symbol. Yeah. So if you can see this symbol, it means data. So pag rectangle naman, that is a process. If that is a diamond, that is a decision. This is a document representation. We have the start and end. We have the direct data or database. Yeah, direct data. And then we have also the internal storage. We have the stored data symbol, the manual input. We have the predefined process, and then we have the sequential access storage. So in our example here, if you will notice this one, this is a process. Okay, so that is a process, rectangle. This is another process, but then again, that it is more specific. We have the predefined process. So this is the predefined process. So either way, if you want to use the process, then it's okay, this one, kasi this is more simple rather than this one. Okay, so you will be creating this flowchart based from the business process of your client. So going back to your activity last week. Client, pero wala. Wala. Anyway, so the instruction is conduct a research about the different information system. Now the transition of the information system stated in number 1. You have to know the manual process or protocol of the system, manual system, and then look for your business client and identify your group mates. Here, this is an example of a business process, the manual. Yun sana. Okay. Yung manual process and or protocol of the system, manual system, business process. Anyway, so you will be doing this one. So first, after identifying your business client, know the, so we'll be giving you part 2. This is by group already. Okay, so by group na siya. Okay, and then your assignment for this week, activity, case tools. So I want you to, number 1, know the business process of your client. Then 2, convert or create a flow chart that will represent the business process of your client. This is until Monday. By group. Assign. Okay, so do you have any question, class? Any question?
None, sir.
None. Okay. So yun. So first, I want you to create the flowchart. of your the business process. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, so see you next week. By the way, attendance. Asprek.
Present, sir.
Asprek.
Wala po.
Mayo.
Nandito.
And Splendor. None. Wala. Absent. Okay. So yun muna. Okay? Flowchart. So yun lang. So if you don't have any questions, so see you next week. Bye.
Bye, sir. Pero. Bye, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.